talk about the cucumber. Today we are talking about the cucumber because I picked a cucumber and bitter. I've never had a bitter cucumber, so I had to do some research. My mother-in-law asked me about 4 months ago, cucumbers get bitter? And I said, well, everybody knows that cucumbers get bitter because you're not watering it enough. Well, and I always watered my cucumbers at a regular basis, so never had a problem with cucumbers getting bitter. Cucumbers get bitter because they put up a hormone called cucumber. I can't say it. I'll put the word up here. Anyways, so right here. Cucumber, I can't. Anyways, it is a mouthful. Now, that hormone is given out by the cucumber when it first germinates, when it has a flower, and when it produces, when you pick the fruit of the cucumber. The cucumber first comes out and it attracts the cucumber beetle right away, because the cucumber beetle is really attracted to that hormone that it's giving off. Now, it's not a bad hormone, it's just something that it puts off. Now, one thing that you can do is pick a variety that doesn't give off that hormone very much, and you will have less problems with the cucumber beetle. But it does attract other bugs like squash bugs too. But usually early in the season, if you plant early in the season, you'll have more squash bugs or cucumber beetles. Sorry, cucumber beetles is one of the first bugs that come out during that time. So one of the things that you can do is to deal with if you can protect that plant while it's young from the cucumber beetle, usually though you won't attract any more of them. You can also pick your cucumber at night, because when you pick your cucumber at night, what happens is I pick that cucumber and it attracts more bugs, because the plant is fragile at that point and it sends off those hormones to try to protect it. So if you pick your cucumbers at night, because cucumber beetles are daytime creatures, they're not nighttime creatures like the hornworm, you will protect your plant a lot better. You can spray them also with neem oil and those other kinds of sprays and stuff like that. And I'll put a list of those, either a list of those, or I'll show you, and I will leave below, maybe in my Amazon link to some of those sprays if you want to pick some up. So making sure your cucumber is consistently watered, making sure that those pests aren't getting it, is making sure that that hormone doesn't come out and cause that problem. With the anyways, that same hormone is found in all of these vining plants like zucchinis, pumpkins, squashes, melons. All of those plants produce this hormone and attract this cucumber beetle. So make sure you water well, make sure you're feeding your plants well, making sure that they have plenty of potassium and phosphorus will help that plant give you nice growth of the flowers, and lots of potassium helps it grow, and the phosphorus helps it flower and give you more fruit. Also, harvesting on a regular basis will give you lots of fruit on your cucumber plant. And then, because when you pick this cucumber when it's young, which they taste best when they're young, will make it, it will taste better. It will produce more fruit on your plant. If you don't harvest when they're young, or if they over ripen on you, what will happen is you'll get this yellow, fat cucumber. I'll show a demonstration of what that looks like here. And when they get yellow and fat, they taste terrible. So that's another reason why your cucumber could be bitter, is because it's just too old. You may have picked it too late. So don't pick it too late. And make sure that if you do pick it too late, don't throw it away. You can give it to your chickens, but your chickens don't even really like those bitter old cucumbers. Cut it in half, put it under some water, and put those seeds in a strainer. Just spoon them out and put them in some water, and get all that stuff that's on the outside of the seed, all the clear stuff, the clear gel stuff that protects it as an animal eats it and then they poop it out later and then it's planted. Well, you got to take that off and then dry that seed for a couple of months and then store it in something that's breathable. And then you'll have cucumber seeds for your next year. So not all is lost if your cucumber looks like this. So, water well. Make sure that soil, water well. Make sure your soil stays nice and moist. Make sure you don't have too much pest pressure, like the cucumber beetle and the squash bug and the slug and what else? The vine borer. Spraying, don't let your cucumbers get bitter. Take care of them well, and they're usually pretty easy to grow. Don't let them have a long dry period. Don't let the ground get too dry. They'll get bitter. Squash bugs will cause diseases. The leaves will turn brown and shrivel up. That's how you know you have squash bugs. You usually can turn the leaves over and you can see little brown little dots. Squish those. Those are squash bug eggs. They look like white spiders when they're young. Those are squash bugs too. They come out looking like white spiders, and then they look like white beetles, and then they look like brown beetles. And I can show you pictures of those too. Cucumber beetles are either, they look like a little bit like, they look like a beetle either with black spots or yellow stripes. Vine borers, if your plant is just totally kind of going, and look towards the root of your plant, around the stem, the bottom stem, if it has a hole in it. So anyways, take care of those pests, and BT is what you use for the vine borer, and for slugs, it's either diatomaceous earth or salt or beer. It's really good for those. Copper around the base of your cucumber or any of your vining plants will help with that, with those slug pressure too. Rabbits don't usually like them. They don't like them in my garden. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead.